If you own a medical spa, you are no stranger to the constant pressure of rising costs. Well, today we're going to unpack a really powerful strategy to help you fight back. We're talking about leveraging collective purchasing power through aesthetics buying groups. Let's see how it all works.
So, does this sound familiar? You're constantly trying to juggle the rising costs of supplies, things like injectables and fillers, all while dealing with some seriously fierce competition. It's just as constant squeeze on your profit margins.
But you know what? There's a smart way to turn the tables. In this explainer, we're going to break down that competitive pressure you're up against. Then we'll explore the idea of strength in numbers, see exactly how these buying groups work, uncover all the powerful payoffs, and finally, help you figure out how to choose the perfect one for your business.
So let's start with the heart of the problem, right? It's all about what we're calling the competitive squeeze. It's that everyday challenge of trying to cut costs without ever compromising on the amazing, high-quality service your clients have come to expect.
The reality of the market right now is pretty simple. The price of those top-tier products just keeps going up. But you can't just pass every single cent of that cost on to your clients because you risk them going somewhere else. Finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance, isn't just a nice idea. It's absolutely the key to staying profitable.
Okay, so how do you actually shift that balance back in your favor? Well, that brings us to our next point, finding strength in numbers. It sounds simple, but believe me, it can have a massive impact on your business.
And this is where the aesthetics buying group enters the picture. Think of it like this. It's a formal group of spa owners who all team up. So instead of you buying supplies as one single business, you're all buying together as this one giant entity. And all that pooled power? It lets the group negotiate way better prices and terms than any one spa could ever hope to get on its own. Now, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work day to day? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and break down the mechanics of how these groups really leverage that collective power for you. It's really a pretty straightforward 5-step process. First, you join with a membership fee. Then, the group does all the heavy lifting. They handle negotiating those bulk prices. Next, you get access to a curated menu of great products, all at a discount. But step 4 is often the real game changer. Rebates. We're talking cash back on your purchases. And finally, you get access to a whole community with amazing training and networking.
All right, now for the part I know you've been waiting for. We've seen how it works, but what are the powerful payoffs? What's the real tangible benefit for your spa?
Let's kick things off with the most obvious one. Cost savings. This chart shows it perfectly. That first bar, that's what you might be paying for injectables on your own. And the second bar is the price you get through a buying group. That huge gap between them, that is pure savings, money that goes straight back to your bottom line.
And what can you do with all those savings? Well, as this quote points out, it's not just about bigger profits. This is money you can pour right back into your business. Just imagine being able to finally afford that new device you've been wanting, or maybe launching a huge marketing campaign to bring in new clients. That's what these savings can do.
But honestly, the benefits go so much deeper than just the initial discount. I mean, think about it. Your cash flow improves. You might get early access to cool new products before anyone else. And from a business perspective, you suddenly have the negotiating power of a massive company. Plus, like we said, you become part of this powerful support system, a network of peers with access to training that keeps you at the top of your game.
Okay, so let's say you're sold on the idea. The final piece of the puzzle is picking the right group for you. They're not all the same, so let's dive into our practical guide on how you can evaluate all your options.
Here's a simple little checklist to help you out. First, what's their reputation? See what other spa owners are saying. Second, do they have the product range you need? Make sure they carry the essential brands you can't live without. Next, do the numbers add up? Weigh that membership fee against the savings. And then look beyond the discounts. What kind of support do they offer? And finally, please, read the fine print. Make sure that contract really aligns with your long-term business goals.
Because when it comes down to it, the right buying group isn't just a vendor. They really become a true strategic partner, someone who is invested in helping your business not just survive, but truly thrive.
So, we'll leave you with this question to think about. In a market that's only getting tougher, could leveraging the collective power of a buying group be the strategic key you've been searching for to unlock your med spa's future growth? It's definitely something worth considering.